theoretical probability? Well, probability in general is the chance or the likelihood of an event happening. And probability all falls between the numbers 0 and 1 on a number line. 0 being an event is impossible to happen. It will not happen, and I can guarantee it. 1 being that event is certain to happen, or those events are certain to happen. In between there, you have the chance, the likelihood that an event will happen. If you have a 1 in 6 chance of something happening, the likelihood is probably not that great or not in your favor. If you have an even chance of something happening, you can say that, you know what, this is a pretty good opportunity. If you have a 4 in 5 chance, so an 80% chance that an event will happen, it's likely that that event will happen. Now, probability is all about chance. So, let's continue on with some more information about theoretical probability. Here is the probability ratio. It equals size of the event over total sample space. Event is something you are looking for specifically. Total sample space, that's how many possible outcomes there are for the given situation. Theoretical probability can be expressed as a fraction, decimal, or percent. Let's look at our first example. A car rental agency has 20 vehicles available, of which 4 are pickup trucks. What is the probability that a randomly selected vehicle will be a pickup truck? Simplify your answer and write it as a fraction or whole number. P parenthesis pickup truck means probability you select a pickup truck. Recalling our ratio, we need to start by identifying the size of the event. What are we looking for? We're trying to find the probability of a pickup truck, so we want the number that goes with pickup truck, which is 4. Next, that's going to go over the total sample space. How many total vehicles are we talking about here? 20. It says in the problem, a car rental agency has 20 vehicles available. That's the total sample space. They only have 20 vehicles available. So 20 represents our sample space. That's the denominator of our ratio. All right, so we have calculated the probability of selecting a pickup truck given this situation to be 4 to 20. 4 is the size of our event. It's what we're looking for. 20 is the total sample space. With that said, our final answer we're not going to leave as 4 to 20. This should all be on your notes so far in the second chunk, but there's a little bit more work we have to do. 4 and 20, they share a common factor. Remember, factors are few. Factors are what we multiply together. So what do 4 and 20 have in common when it comes to factors? 4. We can simplify 4 20ths by dividing the numerator and the denominator by the common factor. That common factor is 4. So when we go 4 divided by 4, we get 1. And when we go 20 divided by 4, we get 5. Now, if you are not comfortable with this, if you didn't see that you could simplify it, make sure you include this on your notes so you know how we got 1/5. So a way to write this ratio is in its simplest form, and that would be 1 to 5. Now, we know that we can write probabilities in 3 different ways. Fraction form, or as I like to call it, ratio form, decimal, and percent. So far we only have one of those. We have the ratio, the fraction form. So let's now take 4 20ths and change it to a decimal. A fraction is really a division problem. So we're going to go numerator divided by denominator. When you type it in your calculator, it looks like this. 4 divided by 20. That's the same as your calculator will bring up 2/10. If we were to do it longhand, it would look like this. Numerator divided by denominator. We would have to go in and annex some zeros. We did this a while ago. But you may use your calculator, so no worries with that. When you take 4 and you divide it by 20, as I said, you get 2/10. So as a decimal, this is equivalent to 2/10. Remember, this is an annex zero right here. Now we still have one more form. We are missing the percent form. Let's use our decimal to get to the percent form. Do you remember how to go from a decimal to a percent?
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Well, percent means for every 100. So to go from a decimal to a percent, we want to multiply by 100. And when we multiply by powers of 10, we move the decimal point to the right. 100 is 2 powers of 10, or it has 2 zeros, so we move it 1, 2 times. 2 tenths is the same as 20%. So another way to write this up here is 20%. So we have our fraction form, or ratio form, decimal, and percent.